Whew. I bet that good old boy got bucked out of his seat that morning. That's a little bit of an impact. I mean, if you just look over here, we're doing pretty good. Uh-oh, Dale. What were you doing? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Full Blast Garage. And on this one, in the middle of a windstorm, I'm pretty sure, we're gonna go ahead and do a little maintenance on the 84 Dodge. So, new front calipers, brake pads, and then we're doing the steering adjusting sleeve and tie rods on the front because they were flopping like crazy last time when I installed the steering stabilizer bar. So let's sit back, listen to the sounds of the shop flexing like Hulk Hogan after a big boot and a leg drop, and we'll go ahead, get this thing torn apart, put back together, get it on full blast. Make sure you do it on full blast. All right, let's get these big old mud grips off. So the brakes look super rusty. So could be a challenge getting these calipers off. But that's what we got map gas for. I mean, the rotors don't look half bad. I mean, they're a little hazed, but usable for sure. This is the problem area. Your tie rod adjusting sleeve, which in this car goes all the way across, shouldn't be that easy to move. And then there's a big old bow in the middle of it, like somebody hit a tree stump, and it should be straight. So again, not ideal. So how are these things held on? Looks like we got some slides, maybe 1/2 inch hardware or 9/16. I don't know. Let me go grab a wrench. All right, 1/2 inch. Is it actually gonna come off? It's spun. You guys remembering how this goes back? Yeah, me too. That one was a little tighter. These are the original Dodge calipers. They got the little Chrysler logo on them. That's the only thing that holds these. No, there's gotta be some things you hammer in. Can't only be held on by that. Let me grab a hammer, a little pry action. Well, that looks like all it is, because she's coming off. Whoa. Man, these pads, they look pretty good. They've definitely got some age on them. They're old but new, if that makes sense. Calipers are super old, originals. But the pads that are coming off are like new. I didn't need to replace those. Calipers are totally smoked though. And old. So we'll go ahead and replace on them and go grab our new stuff. And I think I might go ahead and replace the line. I mean, it doesn't look Well, man, that is a tiny little fitting that looks rusted solid. Yeah, I'm not replacing that line. We're gonna reuse on that brake hose because it's not all swollen, floppy. So that's gonna get saved. All right, go grab another socket. We'll get the hose off. New caliper fit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little never sees here on the surface that contacts between the piston caliper and the brake pads. Throw a little never sees here where the pads are gonna be sliding. Don't look like this thing's had very much maintenance at all lately. It's just solid rust under here. Whatever you do, don't touch the never sees because it will end up, all over you, just like that. Just set her in the grooves. Get it fit. Get the never sees all over you. Do the other side. This actually must ride only on the caliper. Yes. You got your banjo bolt and your 2 washers. You'll just put a washer on each side of your brake line. This thing should slide on pretty easily. Remember, brake bleeder up. Probably gonna have to get the hammer out and put some taps on this thing. All right, little attitude adjustment, went right on. No, I don't know, no grinding or anything. It's not all bound up on our rotor. Now we just got to put these little hardware things back on. Not 100% sure what they're doing, but they're there. So we got that. Then this guy. Then there's a rubber band, literally. A literal rubber band that goes around and holds this guy in place. So, if you're wondering why folks might have said some things about Dodge quality back in the day, but there are literal rubber bands holding brake components on. Have to have that upside down. Yes. Put that on upside down at first. Reassessed. There, now it's on correctly. So again, we've got rubber band, or metal piece, other metal piece, rubber band them together. Run your bolt on. And we still haven't broken our bolt loose on our line. I was just kind of waiting to a point where we were ready to go. Break it loose, put it on here so we don't lose a ton of brake fluid. And these are, of course, are metric now. Let me go grab the right socket. All right, new hardware, 13 mil. Oh man, our rubber band already broke. That's crazy. The old one made it. It lived through all that time. And this one broke upon tightening. Can I tie the rubber band? Nope. Well, hopefully it served its purpose. I guess I could repurpose an old one. These are actually still still pliable. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it back apart, put the rubber band on just to be hilarious, because that might be the one thing that holds the whole job together. I don't know. Dodge put her there for a reason. I ain't gonna argue with him. All right. At least our banjo bolt is the same size. That's nice. I need to grab a wrench for this bleeder. Is it 10 or is it 3/8? I think 3/8. Let's crack the bleeder open, because we're just gonna let it bleed for a little bit, get air out of the system, and we'll call it good. So make sure you're removing your bolt and your washer is not present. The old one, the old crush washer. Don't reuse those. Thread your bolt through. Get her going on your caliper. And then you should start to see fluid coming out of your bleeder. We did have fluid there at the caliper, so that's a great sign. I'm gonna grab my 5/8, open in, box in, and we're getting fluid already out of the bleeder. Great sign. All right, now we got our pads, new caliper on. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this side open, go take care of the other side, and then we'll tackle the steering all at one time. But I'm gonna take care of that caliper over there and the pads, and we'll jump back on the steering, close the brake lines after everything's kind of bled. And there's nothing else to do, really, just take it out on a test drive. I need to go get gas in this thing anyway, so I only just put her right out on the freeway going 75 for our first brake test. That's a good idea. Let's do that. All right, moving to our tie rod end / longest adjusting sleeve on earth. So these guys, this one didn't have a cotter pin, so I got the other side loose already, took the steering stabilizer off, and that was kind of, I mean, it was installed. I would call it temporary because I knew I had to replace this. I'm gonna kind of line everything up a little bit better on the stabilizer, because you want it pretty horizontal with the shaft that it's attaching to. At least kind of, you know, it needs to be riding horizontally, not necessarily on the same plane, but it can be underneath, but needs to be straight-ish. So to get these guys out, I normally just hit them with a sledgehammer like that, then tap the threads. Only do this if you're not planning on reusing them. There we go. She's free. So I'll grab these guys out of here, use the old one, at least, it's gonna be really hard to use the old one since it's got this giant bow in it to do a length comparison, but I'll give it my best shot, and then we'll slap the new ones in. Whew. I bet that good old boy got bucked out of his seat that morning. That's a little bit of an impact. I mean, if you just look over here, we're doing pretty good. Uh-oh, Dale. What were you doing? Why is the steering wheel crooked? Yep. Somebody had an impact. Not so much here, or here. Right there. Okay, I think I got them pretty close. We're just gonna have to see. Oh. It's easier said than done. One-handed. Oh, this thing's so long too. You're gonna have to kind of press this guy on some. So threads don't really want to peek through very well. All right, grabbed it. Okay, how close are we? And we're pretty close. She dropped on. Nut started. All right. Get these guys tightened down. We'll have to get the wheels back on. Take her out for a spin, just see how she rides. It's probably gonna be about as bad as it was before, but maybe she'll drive straight. That'd be nice. So I'm gonna run these guys down with the impact, and then I'll use the wrench to kind of line up the cotter pin hole. And definitely always use your cotter pins, especially on your steering parts. That's one of the real important parts. All right, let me get these lined up and the cotter pins on. All right, she's all tightened down. See if we can get our cotter pin in. Sometimes that's easier said than done. We can bend it around both ways. Go around the nut and on top of it. She ain't going nowhere. All right. One more to go. Then we can tighten up our tie rod adjusting little sleeve things, and we're good. All right, let's get our big giant tire back on here. Pro tip, working on 18-wheelers, lift with your feet. You can spin the hub with your hand, line up your lug nut holes, and she'll go straight home every time. But that's just kind of helping you save on your back a little, especially, I mean, even these, man, these are heavy enough to hurt you. But lifting, we used to lift combine tires, tractor tires, and we'd get the long pry bars under them and just to lift them a hair so we could line the bolt holes up. These guys, you can do these with your feet pretty easy. All right. Hammer these guys down. Then, so these guys tighten down. I'm gonna hit them with the torque wrench, 100 foot-pounds, but you need to tighten these guys down, then lower it where you got some resistance. You know, put the tire on the concrete just a hair where it bites, and then you can use your torque wrench to torque them down. 100 foot-pounds, that's at least what I use on these old steel wheels. That'll hold it on. Click. 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 See, you guys think that impact gets them on pretty tight. But we're getting close to a full turn on some of these. I like to go around one more time, hit them all, make sure they're all torqued. Then you can put your full weight down. There ain't nothing to do now, but let's drive it. Let's spin this thing around and see if it can take us to town and get some gas, because all the jugs are empty from the big blocks I've been testing on, and this thing's totally empty from the hole that's been in the gas tank. So fix that. We need to test on it and see if it actually holds or not. It was like JB Weld for plastic gas tanks. Who knows? Man, anybody got the phone number for them crooked carrot people on the TV? I think I might need it. What do y'all think? All right, put about ooh, starts right up. Put about a gallon of gas in it. Just a little bit of insurance to make sure we make it. Now they have. All right, let's see if we tag on them. We definitely need to bleed them probably. Not getting any crazy pulling at least, that's good. We still getting definitely still are getting some pulling. Man, we're gonna have to go after a line. I saw one caliper was pushed out a little bit further than the other. And that kind of made me think we had one frozen. Man, that might be rear. I don't know. The rear wants to come around. Nothing like this old truck. Just cruising to the gas station on a Friday evening. Definitely a fun experience. If you ain't got an old 4x4 short bed truck, you ought to get yourself one. Fun to have around. Hopefully me opening these 4 barrels up don't drink all the gas down. Well, my eyeball alignment's okay. It's not any worse than it was. We're making it. She's going 75. Come to our exit. Definitely need to do some bleeding on the brakes. Pedal's a little squishier than it was before, but we made it. I'm gonna go ahead and fuel this thing up. Well, somehow we made it back from the gas station just fine, and as she got right up to full, there's some sort of crack or pipe or something on the top of the tank, I believe, leaking, but it's not bad. It's not actively pouring all the time. I think it's only gonna splash out when it's all the way full, so don't put 30 gallons in her, because man, that's what this thing holds. It's kind of insane. They must have known that it'd only get 6 miles per gallon with a 4-barrel, so there we go. But we got new calipers, new brake pads, new front steering, and I think I'm gonna go next stop to my alignment guy. I wanna let him look at it. Some of the darty braking could be that bent adjusting sleeve, you know, I set essentially the tires back to the same position that was in. If it's wrong, then I just set it back wrong again. And these bigger cars are a little bit tougher to kind of eyeball a line. I'm not gonna lie, the bulging sidewall makes it a little bit tough if you don't have like really good tools to do it. I'm just gonna leave this be, go to my alignment guy, get him to look it over. If it's not an alignment issue, then I guess we gotta dive deeper into the brakes, but it's kind of darty. You don't know if it's gonna go left or right or what, but makes me feel like it's an alignment problem. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna keep working on this Dodge. One day we'll be finished. Really appreciate y'all watching this video, and we got a 4-wheeler over here, a train over here, but we're winding it down. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I appreciate any interaction. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe. If you know what's causing the darting going on, let me know. I mean, it could be a brake line. Please don't be, because they look real bad. Like a solid unit from the line to the soft line. I don't really want to touch those, but there was fluid trickling out of the bleeders. That's kind of a good sign, and these lines aren't hard or swollen, at least from the outside. So kind of makes me think I got something else going on. I don't know. Just gonna take a deeper dive. I was hoping this would fix it, and I did think that I had one caliper that was kind of stuck. It was out probably a 1/4 inch more than the other one, so it wasn't retracting all the way. So that could be one thing I solved, but found more problems. But yeah, if you guys could interact with the channel in any way, like, comment, subscribe, we truly appreciate it. We're a small channel, we're growing, and all those interactions help put us in front of more eyes. So we super appreciate it. And until you see me again, just go out, do something that makes you happy, but make sure you're doing it on full blast. I'll see y'all later.